Welcome to a new segment we're doing for the channel called Weekly Meet, an algorithmically unfriendly name, I know. On this segment, we'll discuss Team Meat / Edmundish news that usually spans from Meat Boy stuff to Isaac stuff, and of course, a healthy dose of Mugenics stuff as well. Let's take a look at what's gone down these last handful of weeks. Super Meat Boy Forever is finally released on Steam. If you're like lots of people I know who just cannot stand having your games across multiple launchers, programs, file paths, etc., and the Epic Games logo just fills your heart with rage, then you're finally set to just play it elsewhere. User reviews are mixed, as is to be expected, with lots of people unsurprisingly citing the autorunning mechanic as something that they didn't want. None of that's really new information, as Super Meat Boy Forever has been a divisive title since its inception, but not having user reviews prevalent on the Epic Store definitely made it easier for lots of us to forget about this quarrel this last year. Regardless of your thoughts, there's no denying that a new online platform for the game is definitely going to get more eyes on it. Speaking of Team Meat, they have just partnered with G Fuel to create a Meat Boy themed energy drink which does not sound tasty at all. In celebration, they've released a new animation involving Dr. Fetus brutally murdering two men. Meat Boy Forever's cutscenes were one of the most amazing parts about it, so seeing more cinematics in its art style is definitely welcome. Apart from this one, they pulled something similar with the announcement of Super Meat Boy Forever Mobile some months back. Still no word on that release. Speaking of things without a release date, development for the Binding of Isaac's Playable Horseman mod is still well underway. The mod includes playable versions of Famine, Pestilence, War, Death, Conquest, and the Headless Horseman, along with tainted versions to follow. No release date on this one yet, but put it alongside Fiend Folio as another great excuse to eventually jump back into the basement. Some select songs from the cancelled Edmund game Ouroboros have finally been released on Spotify. For those who don't know, Ouroboros was a Mega Man-like title where you played as Steven, one of the recurring characters in Edmund's video games. It featured an interesting warped perspective that could understandably come off as dizzying to certain players. The game was eventually canned, with the non-combat segments ultimately getting scrapped and reworked into Macmillan's most recent platformer, The End Is Nigh. While the game's eventual return isn't entirely out of the question, it is good to know that we got some really nice tracks out of it at the very least. Here's hoping Ouroboros makes a full-on return at some point in the future. Mugenics fans are getting an absolute wealth of small updates via Edmund's Twitter page. Posts usually involve small gameplay clips with Macmillan talking about how his run ended in some crazy way or another. One particular example involved the mage cat who was obsessed with catnip, which drastically changed how his party played. With how long Eugenics was on the back burner, it's definitely nice to see some hard assets and footage on a regular basis. It's not set to come out anytime soon, but let's hope it lives up to the hype. That's gonna wrap it up for this week, guys. Please do all the typical things YouTubers ask you to do on their videos. It really helps, yada yada. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed news videos like this one and would like to see more in the future, let us know in the comments section below so we can know where to delegate our resources. Thanks so much, and have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.